I am excited because this is Small Business Week, May 5th through the 11th, and we are just picking out small business owners to honor, to celebrate, to shower them with love. My name is Andre Taylor, president of TaylorMade Solutions, and I'm excited to have none other than Dr. Letisa Wallace of Wallace Institute for Learning and Empowerment. Dr. Wallace, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Andre?
I am awesome, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule just to share a few moments with us during this week. So let me not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it. Obviously, we know your name, we know your business, but I want you to kind of take a moment and to share maybe a little bit more about who you are, how you add value to people with your small business.
So I started Wallace Institute for Learning and Empowerment a few years ago. I wanted to capitalize on all of my educational background and certain experiences that I've had in life personally. So we focus on helping to develop organizational training, professional development sessions, and workshops for nonprofits, government entities, other small businesses, and even some mid-level size businesses and corporations.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. So, small business is like high risk. There's maybe a lot of work involved. You're kind of out there in a lot of instances or ways that you're kind of doing stuff yourself. So, what was it about you that caused you to make the choice to get into business for yourself? Because a lot of people say, "Hey, that is too much. It's crazy. Why would I want to do that?" They prefer like the safety or the more safe route, right? Just working for an employer. So, what drew you into starting your small business?
Well, honestly, it was necessity. I had dabbled in some consulting in the past. And then in my previous role, I went about 11 months without a paycheck. And I knew that I had to use the skills and the talents that I already had. So I went and I sought contracts, including one with a large healthcare system to provide socio-emotional training for high-risk moms. So that kind of opened the door for me to continue to do what I've always loved. I've been an instructor at the university level in the past. And I felt like I had a lot of experience that I could bring to organizations. And it was by necessity because, as you said, sometimes that 9 to 5 or that traditional job is not going to always work out or even be fulfilling. So sometimes we got to follow a dream or a passion, and that allowed me to follow a dream of mine.
Absolutely. That's powerful. You said that was out of necessity. And I don't hear that all the time. So that's to me very insightful. So can I ask about how long have you been doing the small business?
So I've been doing small business consulting for approximately 5 to 6 years. Um, some of the most recent things, though, have been more focused on professional development, making sure that educators, police officers, even our healthcare professionals understand more about certain concepts and making safe spaces and environments for people to understand things that might come across as controversial. So it's been about almost 6 years doing that work.
So let me ask you this. Why is that important to you?
Well, I believe that I'm a social scientist by trade.
Okay.
It's very important to me because so often we hear and see terms tossed around on social media, within traditional news media, but people aren't always using the concepts in the most scientific way. It leads to lots of misconceptions, sometimes, again, lots of controversy. It can lead to even conflict. So I thought it was important to really take the knowledge that I had and be able to use that to help people understand these key concepts and to help people have safe spaces to talk about things that can be very controversial. Things like implicit racial bias or the need to really focus in on diversity and inclusion within workspaces. Sometimes we do really broad strokes and speak in stereotypes, but I felt it was very important to bring the science behind it all and allow for people to even in the space where we're training to express opinions and thoughts that may or may not be popular, um, but be able to do so we can learn and grow together.
Absolutely. I love that. That's awesome. And I want to kind of go back again on the fact that you said that you kind of made that step out of necessity for my next question. Because, well, let me just say my next question. It is, there's some people that are out there that are maybe, I want to actually put this in the context of your situation. Maybe they feel that they're in that situation where maybe their job isn't working out or whatever. And so they're looking to maybe start their own new business, but they're at that very beginning stages, the stages that you've gone through. You're further down the journey than they would be. If you had any like words of wisdom or advice to give to somebody who was in the same predicament today that you were, maybe 5, 6 years ago, what would you share with them as they are getting ready to maybe venture out or start their own business?
Well, we hear it said, but it's so true that your network is your net worth. So if you're using the contacts and the people that you've come across to make new connections or to build deeper relationships with them, I think that that leads to greater opportunity and growth for your business. So definitely recognize that everyone you come in contact with, that you can add value to their lives, and hopefully they can also add value to yours. And that is a great way to start when you're just beginning to venture out.
Absolutely. Would you say your network equals your net worth? Did I get that right?
The network is your net worth. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Very, very powerful wisdom there and words of advice. So thank you for sharing. Again, thank you for your time, Dr. Wallace. Before we get up out of here, people are watching this and they're saying, I love what she's doing. I love, her vibe. Maybe I want to hire her or have her get involved in my community. What's the best way for people to get in contact with you?
Well, the best way is to give me a call. I do offer 15-minute consultations for free so we can find out what your organization's needs are. And I can be reached at 855 200 2228. That's 855 200 2228.
Awesome. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Letisa Wallace. Appreciate you again taking out your busy schedule and your time and sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for all you're doing with TaylorMade.